One of the most common legal questions I get asked by people who are about to start a new record label is, should you register your new record label as an LLC? Now, first of all, I'm not a music attorney. I'm not a lawyer at all. I'm just a musician. So don't take legal advice from me, and I'm not going to give you legal advice. But what I will tell you is what I've heard from my music attorney friends that I've spoken with over the years. We've had a music attorney do a live Q&A in our Label Mate sessions a couple times, and we've asked this question all the time. And it's what I hear from folks in our record label community. So I'm just going to transfer that information to you and do with it whatever you will. A huge shout out to my friends at Hellbender Vinyl for sponsoring today's episode. They are a vinyl pressing plant in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think they're the only pressing plant, the first and the only in Pittsburgh. That's pretty cool. They're also record label owners, so they're really in tune with the needs of small indie record labels. Reach out to them by going to hellbendervinyl.com. A lot of people think that it's the most important thing that you do, starting an LLC, like you're not official unless you've started an LLC. I don't think that's true, really. I mean, I do think there are benefits, which we're going to talk about, but it doesn't all of a sudden make you successful. It doesn't all of a sudden make you be a record label. You could be a record label without an LLC. Believe me, it's true. You can. LLC is kind of unique to America. It's something that is really only in America, although other countries have their own version of it. Some countries don't have a version of it, just kind of different alternate options. And in America, LLCs somewhat differ from state to state. Certainly the costs and the annual fees and taxes associated with it and how involved it is to get it set up. And so what you're going to want to do if you want to set up an LLC today, I would suggest Googling your state and then setting up an LLC, putting that together, and then going from there. You'll probably be taken to some state legislator website where it'll walk you through the steps on how it's going to happen. There are some states that are super friendly to businesses, like Delaware and Wyoming, that are easier and cheaper to set up a LLC. However, it's most commonly recommended that you set up an LLC in your home state. Okay, we've talked about LLC so much. What is it? It's a limited liability company. What that means is that you are separating your new record label business from your personal assets, your person, yourself. So you can't be sued directly. They can't take your money in your bank. They can't take your home if you have one. This is a little bit of peace of mind. I really like it. It's probably the main benefit, if not the only benefit of setting up an LLC, is to separate your personal assets with your business. In case something goes south with your record label, you get sued, it separates your personal assets, your family, everything that you have that's not directly associated with your business, the record label. So for that reason, an LLC is pretty beneficial to have. If you're in other countries and you don't have the equivalent to an LLC, or maybe what you have is a little bit more expensive or not exactly what an LLC is, you might be okay. You'll really want to talk to a music attorney or a business attorney in your home country or in your home state. Not every country is as litigious as America as well. The cost for setting up an LLC can be anywhere between $500 or actually even less, upwards of $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. It all depends on if you hire a music attorney. That's the other thing you want to do. Google your country and then music attorney, or your state in America and music attorney or LLC attorney, and you can pay an attorney to take care of all of the application process. You might go to your state's website and find it a little bit daunting. Finally, I just want to remind you that everyone thinks I'm going to get my Instagram handle, I'm going to buy my .com domain name, and I'm going to get an LLC. And now I'm an official record label and people are going to pay attention to me. That's never the case. That's not true. And I know some people who operate for a couple months or even a couple years without getting an LLC. Maybe they don't have a house or any assets to be seized, so they're just going to kind of wing it. I'm not giving you that advice. I'm just saying I know hundreds of labels that operate that way for a couple of years. For either party, the people who do the LLC right away or the people who drag their feet and don't get one set up for a couple of years, the point is that an LLC isn't or make or break the success of your label. It's a legal thing. It's a way to protect yourself. But just because you all have an LLC and you have a business card doesn't mean that people are going to care about the music you release. That's a whole other category. That's finding your unique advantage, your unique selling point, your distinct sound of your record label. We talk about that on this channel all the time. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Even though this isn't technically legal advice, go to otherrecordlabels.com/legal advice. It's not legal advice, but go to otherrecordlabels.com/legal advice, where I have a free contract template that you can download, as well as the top 5 legal questions that I hear when it comes to record labels. Otherrecordlabels.com/legal advice. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Hellbender Vinyl for sponsoring.